Chapter 1. The Girl Who Was Expelled. The Tetsuko Kuroyanagi you see on television may appear bright, humorous and slightly quirky, but her life began with surprising hardship. She was expelled from elementary school. Soon after entering school, Kuroyanagi was labeled a problem child, and her teacher told her parents, please withdraw her. Why? She couldn't sit still in class, would suddenly get up and look out the window, change the subject mid-conversation and interrupt the teacher with endless questions. Today we might identify such behavior as a developmental disorder, but back then it was seen as simply disruptive. As a result, she was pushed out of a regular school. But this marked the beginning of her true education. Chapter 2. Nurture Your Individuality. Her mother, Cho Kuroyanagi, enrolled her in Tomoe Gakuen, a school grounded in special needs education principles. At Tomoe Gakuen, individuality was celebrated. There were no uniforms, and students were never laughed at or scolded for asking questions. Even when Tetsuko gave unrelated answers, the teacher would respond, "That's also an important thought." She learned that being different wasn't wrong. It was her strength. These memories would later become the best-selling book, Toto-chan, The Little Girl at the Window, which sold over 10 million copies worldwide and made a major impact on post-war education in Japan. Chapter 3. Dreaming of the stage and entering NHK. Kuroyanagi dreamed of becoming a stage actress. During Japan's post-war period, she repeatedly took and failed the NHK television actress exams. She persisted and was finally accepted. Her acting style, however, was nothing like the reserved ideal. Young lady of the era, she spoke quickly, moved energetically, and had a unique rhythm to her speech. Directors were puzzled. "She's an odd one," they would murmur, but she refused to suppress her personality, performing on both stage and screen as her true self. This uniqueness would become her greatest asset. Chapter 4. The Birth of Tetsuko's Room. In 1976, a revolution came to Japanese television. Tetsuko's Room aired for the first time. Initially, audiences were divided. Her rapid speech, unexpected questions, and eccentric hairstyle, especially her famous onion head, sparked controversy. That hairstyle, by the way, was purely practical, pinned tightly to prevent it from falling apart. Yet it became her signature look. Kuroyanagi had almost no script or pre-interview preparation. She drew out guests like chatting with friends. Behind that casual flow, though, was intense effort. She read dozens of books on each guest, handwrote thick notebooks, and absorbed their lives as if they were her own. This was the secret to her natural, heartfelt conversations. Chapter 5. Her commitment as UNICEF. Goodwill Ambassador. In 1984, Kuroyanagi became Japan's first UNICEF Goodwill Ambassador. It was more than just a title. For over 40 years, she visited more than 50 countries, witnessing war, hunger, and poverty firsthand, meeting children and sharing their voices with Japan. In one African conflict zone, she held a baby close to death in her arms and said, "I will raise my voice in Japan so this child can smile." Through her own networks and persistent advocacy, she spread truths overlooked by the media. She's credited with significantly changing Japan's culture of charitable giving. Chapter 6. Life Philosophy and the Power of Being Not Normal. Kuroyanagi never married. It wasn't for lack of romance she had relationships, but she chose saving lives over fitting into a traditional role. She wasn't normal, but she valued her differences and built a life no one else could. In a world where conformity is prized, her story resonates. You don't have to be like everyone else to make an impact. Chapter 7. What if Tetsuko used AI? If Tetsuko Kuroyanagi had access to AI today, what might she do? Use AI to collect guest information and create interview prep notes. Identify regions in crisis using satellite data and target support. Translate and broadcast children's voices from war zones in real time. And yet, she would surely say, technology is helpful, but feelings are what matter most. Even with AI, her focus would remain on the human, heart of principle that defined her life and work. Conclusion. It's okay to be different. Kuroyanagi's life proves that even if you don't fit in, you can still change the world. The girl expelled from elementary school went on to save lives, inspire millions, and bring light to thousands of hearts. And even now, with a warm smile, she tells us, "You are fine just the way you are."